Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes. I am Jason Bates, and I was behind the scene. I'm going to bring you the lender side of things, and we all know and love, Mr. Stefan Cotton. He's going to bring us the, that's a strong word, right? He's going to bring us the realtor side of things, and together we hope to not only entertain you, but also bring you valuable content that you can actually use. Not just content, there's a lot of content out there, but we want valuable content that you can use when you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, or invest in property. So if you're looking to do any of those things, please reach out to us. We would love to be on your team and help you with your American dream. If you're watching us from Facebook, hey, if you would be so kind to head over to our Facebook page at 22 Mins and like the page for us. That would be much appreciated. Share with your friends and family, your sphere of influence. Help spread the word that we're trying to get this valuable content out there when it comes to real estate. We'd appreciate that. So thank you very much. Yeah. Last thing I'll say, if you're a first-time watcher, hey, thank you. We appreciate you spending time here with us today. We're just two guys. It's not too often that you get a lender like myself and a realtor, an experienced lender. Yeah, and an experienced realtor like Stefan and I. In the same room to ask questions and talk about real estate. Typically, you're on the phone with the lender, then you're on the phone with the realtor. So we thought it'd be pretty cool to have both sides of the transaction in the same room. So thanks for watching. Appreciate that.
And why 22 minutes? Because 21 minutes wasn't enough.
That it wasn't. Hey, we always do a tweet quote of the day. Help inspire us, help, there's a lot of negativity in the world. So we try to bring some inspiration or some thoughts, some deep thoughts, deep tweets, whatever you want to call it, to the show. So let's get right to today's tweet quote of the day. And here it is. The tweet quote of the day. Strength of a team is each member. The strength of each member is the team. This can't be stressed enough when it comes to real estate and a real estate transaction. It's a team effort all the way through. From the appraiser to the title company to the realtor to the lender to the underwriter to the processor, you name it, realtor assistant, whatever, photography. It's a team effort, big time, all the way around. So you need the right team.
Just a few people in my world is the transaction coordinator, the one that has the paperwork, the admin, the one that orders my signs, and the photographer, the one that puts up the signs in the lock boxes, the one that takes the photos, and me. And that's just to get a listing going, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it takes a professional team, not just I've met with a lot of realtors over the past month, and there's some that, some very professional and others that aren't so professional. We demonstrated that, I think, yesterday on Wacky Wednesday, right?
Right.
Realtors going wild.
Feel like making.
There you go. There's the
love.
There's the teaser.
There it was. Really, like, if you guys want to go back to the Wednesday episode, go past the first 10 minutes or whatever, but it's like pretty much the first thing we say after the tweet quote of the day. So yeah, if you want to see something funny.
Yeah, check that out. So today we talked about on the news on Monday about staging, not to stage, to stage. We're in a market right now that is a little kind of put it up, price it right, and it sells depending on the price point. But staging still plays an important role in the sale of your home. So we want to talk about staging today and whether or not it's right for you. So, and there's different aspects. There's different things coming out about staging that we want to kind of cover too. So with that being said, let's get to today and stage or not to stage. All right. Staging, home staging, it works. Right?
It says right there. Must be true. All right, show's over. See you later.
And you know what?
Stage or not to stage. Well, it's right there. All right.
There it is. There's the punchline. Got to it too quick. I'm pulling my notes here from my printer because there are some rules when it comes to staging. right?
Oh,
I don't,
rules.
yeah,
Yes.
rules, right? And I want to kind of get your opinion too, Stefan. There's two different types of staging. You mentioned virtual staging. We'll get to that in just a second. And then there's the traditional staging, right? But I think there's also a third staging that we kind of
Right.
mentioned yesterday, and that is homes that the decor might be somewhat hyper personal, I guess, to the
Yeah.
homeowner, and may not appeal to the rest of the public. And so staging can be very effective in those homes,
Yes.
right? Have you had a situation like that where you've walked into a home, a listing presentation, whatever, and said, "Hey, I need you to get rid of this old,
Yeah.
Archie Bunker, recliner, and let's get a new one in here, or, whatever."
But it's well, let's say, I mean, the stuff. I mean, there's I mean, sometimes the house is pretty, but I've been in a place where someone is a huge like maybe Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Pittsburgh Steelers everywhere. Pittsburgh Steelers towel on the stuff. Now, very specific. You're
Mm-hmm.
very specific on who your client is or who your buyer is going to be. If you keep up all the stuff, it's okay to have a couple things up. I mean, as an example, not like a old couch, but you kind of remind me of like you walk into a place and like, oh my goodness, I think these guys are into cats. Remember the cat house?
Yeah, the cat house, right?
Yeah, right.
So
But
yeah, but that's one thing that the realtor kind of embraced, right? That she didn't want to change anything on that. I think
right.
that's a mistake, my personal opinion, but
I think the world is talking about that house, so I think it's genius.
okay, there you go, there you go, two
If you,
different opinions.
I think if you decluttered it and it was just a house out there in Cochise, nobody would be talking about it. Maybe 20 people. Hey, did you see that house? No. Okay. Hey, did you see that cat house? Yes. Right.
Yeah,
You
but
know
it
what I
still
mean?
hasn't gotten any offers.
Oh, it hasn't? Okay.
No, no, it's still on the market. Getting a lot of hits because people are making fun of it. That doesn't turn into a buyer necessarily. But no publicity, is bad publicity, I guess. So there's an argument there to be had too. So we'll see what happens with that. But hey, I want to talk to you too about where the staging begins because I'm a big proponent, and I know you are with your fix and flips. Staging begins at the curb, right? So a lot of people
Yes.
think of staging and they think interior staging,
Right.
but there's staging that can happen outside the home too. So let's talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Let's get them excited about pulling into the driveway. You know, with flower pots, maybe a couple rocking chairs, a little table there, just to, especially if you're facing east, then a couple rocking chairs, so you can kind of imagine yourself looking at the sunrise or something.
Yeah,
Drinking your cup of coffee, stuff like that.
pops of color too, right?
Yep. I was gonna
Especially here in
say home sign or something.
Yeah, welcome home, home sweet home, whatever. Pops of color. You can have those rocking chairs as pops of color, not just the brown, go to
Right.
town kind of thing here in
Right. Right.
Arizona. But have pops of color that really catch the eye and create a focal point too. So when you're looking out of the curb, your eyes tend to kind of gravitate to the porch area if that's what you're
Right.
trying to highlight, right?
Right.
That's where flowers do they're
Flowers.
just
Yeah. That's not say that.
fantastic job in doing that and really leading you up the path to the front door kind of deal. And the front door, a pop of color on the front door is not a
Correct.
bad idea as well.
A red door. We talked about that several times on the show. A red door is very inviting. So if you have
I
the
just
red door in your
watched
house,
last night the Listing Sisters or something like that. On HGTV, and you got all these kind of home improvement, tear down kind of things, remodel kind of things, and they actually painted the front door orange, Tennessee orange. The house was in Nashville, Tennessee, and they painted
okay,
it Tennessee orange. I thought that was kind of cool. So
I like
maybe
it.
Sun Devil red. You could do it here, I guess, if somebody is into the Sun
That in
Devils.
June. Right.
Yeah. Other things, making it sparkle, right? You want to staging is not just the furniture; it's also, you mentioned it, decluttering, right? So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I have a. Speaking of the team, I mean, we go back to the team. I have a lady on my team that will come through a house, and help make a list of each room. Like, okay, move these pictures down. Move this chair this way, or
Hmm.
she'll give you a list of everything to do to help kind of declutter your house, give it that open space feeling or more inviting feeling.
Hmm.
just to help you sell the house. Now, when we say decluttering, the first thing I think about is a hoarder, right? Like, hey, this stack of newspapers, you think we could put them into the garage? I mean,
Right.
I like them here. They hold
Right.
your coffee, but
Right.
or another example of decluttering would be like just a bunch of family photos, like
Hmm.
my grandkids, my kids growing up,
Hmm.
everything. So when you walk into a house that's for sale, you don't want to see the seller's life story because then you
Right.
start thinking about the seller's house, right? So
Right.
you want to declutter those photos. Maybe have something with a family, like one family if you want, but
Hmm.
the buyers don't need to know your life story in order to buy the house. In fact, they need to see themselves in the house, not you and your kids in this house.
Right. Absolutely. Well said. So, light too. Light blinds. Having light into the home. That's a staging technique too,
Yeah,
right? You want more light so that it seems bright. Here in Arizona, especially this time of year, a lot of people pull their blinds to keep the sun out because it's heat here in Arizona. But you want to pay attention to the light and how that looks.
I don't know
Eh,
why. I was gonna say I don't know why people have these black or brown shutters. The shutter blinds
yeah.
here because it makes it so dark. I like the white because it kind of brings the bright out. Right?
Hey man, hate to
You
tell
have
you
the
this,
dark
man.
zones.
Yeah, no, you do behind you.
I hate this. Oh, I didn't choose this. This is where I work, not where
That's his
I'm here
office.
more than
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I have light. I have light wood blinds in my house. But yeah, so pay attention to the light. Make sure that light is good. Furnishings too, like light fixtures. Consider a little light fixture above the dining room table. Some are old, so
Yeah.
replacing light fixtures with modern light fixtures. LED lighting rather than the old yellow lighting, that can make a big difference. A big difference in the attitude or the feeling, aurora, if you will, of the room or the house.
Right. Aura.
Aura. There you go. Yeah, sorry. Aura of the house.
Aura.
Yeah, small repairs. If you got to make small repairs, this is all part of staging. This isn't just furniture, right? It's not
Yeah.
just about the furniture. Paint, color, fresh coat of paint. If you got kids
Yeah.
and stuff, you're going to have fingerprints and stuff on the wall. If it doesn't wash, you may need a fresh coat of paint.
I think there's nothing more like for me as a realtor walking into a house and you smell that fresh coat of paint, you know that they've done something to the house, right? You know
Yeah, yeah,
versus maybe the smell of a dog or a cat or whatever. But the
right.
paint when you walk into a house that has this fresh coat of paint on it, it makes me feel a little bit more move and ready right there. Right?
I agree. I agree. It makes it feel new, fresh. That all the other people that live there.
They should make a scented candle called New Paint. I'm gonna write this down. Hey, I got a
Yeah, they
million
should.
dollar idea. Fresh paint candle.
Yeah, exactly. They probably have that. I don't know. It's pretty genius, I guess.
Oh no.
But maybe I don't know. That's a great idea, though. Get the candle. And instead of cookies on an open house, you'll just light the candle that says fresh paint. All right. Hey, I want to get into virtual staging too,
Yeah.
because this is a trend that's up and coming. Now, one thing real quick, when we talk about staging, I talked about people doing some of the things they want to do. But if you have an investor who has an empty house, what's the cost? What's a typical cost to stage a home? Do you have?
Okay. So I have a pretty good lady. I'm gonna give a shout out. I should probably have hashtagged her on here. Decor Divas. She gives me a pretty good rate for staging.
Hmm.
It's about 1,200 for what I usually get, and I usually get like a table, some couches, maybe a TV, a desk, and
Hmm.
a bunch of artwork across the place to kind of bring in the color, right?
Hmm.
She'll stage up at least one bathroom and then the kitchen stuff with stuff, and then a laundry room. Just mostly pictures and whatnot. But $1,300 for that, and then she's good for 4 to 6 months with that. So if you need to stage your house, that's one of the ladies I use, and you can name drop me. They
All
Steffi
right.
Cotton said you're really good.
There you go. There you go. So, staging not too expensive. Who typically pays for the staging? Is that the investor or does the realtor? How does that
Right.
work?
Well, sometimes when I'm flipping houses, I'm both, but it's an investor's cost. There's no
Okay.
sense of a realtor. I've paid if you're my listing and it's your house, and you want me to bring in my staging lady to help declutter.
Hmm.
I'll cover that cost part of the listing packet.
Okay.
So there's a charge for that, and then she'll give you a to-do list. but usually that's the seller's cost to help move a house.
Okay. All right. So keep that in mind when you're selling a house. If you want top dollar, staging, home staging works, as this indicates right here. It does work, and it does help to, get you the highest and best offer. No question about it. And
I
faster.
will
Faster
I
too.
will do this. I will pay for the staging up front if we have it in the contract that I get reimbursed um, at close of escrow or like a promissory note or something for the sellers
Okay.
that might not be able to afford it.
Okay. All right. Good enough. All right. So let's talk about virtual staging. And I've got some photos that you shared with me. So I'll put those
Yeah.
up here, and we'll talk about these here a little
Yeah.
bit. So these are typical, empty homes. I don't know if these are New York, or I don't know where these photos are taken, but you get the gist of it, right? The before and after here. Now this is virtual staging, right?
Right. It's the exact same photo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can circle what's the remember like when you're a kid, you have the what's different about this room? It's the exact
Right.
same drawing, and then you have I'll circle the table, I'll circle the coffee table.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a photo, and here's what, and I priced this out. I found a place that'll do it at $20 a photo. They'll
Mm-hmm.
state you pick out the furniture for this room, and I
Mm-hmm.
in this scenario I picked out the table, the rug, the coffee table, the plant, the chandelier,
Mm-hmm.
the two chandeliers actually, the end table and the two couches, and
Yeah.
then I'll give them each photo of this, every angle of it, and they'll slide all this furniture into the right spot,
Yeah, even the
which is
curtains.
kind
I
of
mean, the window dressings too. I mean, it's really just about anything you can imagine that would go into a room. You can put in a
yeah,
virtual photo, right?
it's a little classy. It kind of tells the story
Mhm.
of where you put your stuff versus
Yeah,
the before picture where it's just there.
right. Here's a bedroom, same kind of thing. Um, again, the window dressings really kind of dress it up. The colors, the pops of color, that sort of thing. Can you change colors of walls or anything like that with this?
Yeah, yeah.
You can.
Great.
Okay.
In fact, one of the pictures, I'm not sure if it's here, but when I was doing the virtual staging stuff that I was doing, they changed the cabinets from brown to white.
Yeah.
I wish that they, on this photo, and I'm not knocking it because it's really good, but I wish they would have put like a big print or something above the bed, because
Right.
that's a big empty space right there.
Right.
But maybe it tells the story of how tall the wall is. I don't know.
Right. Okay, so here's another one. This is really it gives you some depth of field a little bit by having the dining room table there in the foreground,
Yeah.
and then the background. So now, as full disclosure, as a realtor, you do disclose that, hey, these are virtual staged, or
Well,
these photos.
I've
Or,
seen it on the MLS right now where they have both photos. So you'll see the photo of the empty room,
uh
and
huh.
then right afterwards you'll see the photo with the furniture, so you can go back and forth.
Hmm.
So um, you don't have to disclose that it's virtual. I don't think. I don't think there's a lot. If there is, then I'll start doing it. I haven't used the virtual yet, but I think you're going to be pretty aware that it's virtual once you walk into that empty house. That's the other question we have later.
Yeah, some people can get offended, I think, by it, but I've seen some articles that say, hey, it's full disclosure till it's virtually done. That way, people don't get disappointed when they get to the actual property. But and if you're showing a house that has virtual photos, I would recommend taking those photos with you to the listing, so that when you walk through the listing, you can show your clients, hey, this is,
Right.
what it looks like with furniture. Yeah.
And this one's. I like this. Oh,
Oh,
I
want
like
to go
that
back?
photo.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it because it's actually they divided it to show you half and half
Yeah.
because that's the same space that you can kind of see.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like this one different than the other one because there's I was talking about how you circle the differences. But this
Yeah.
one,
This is actually the room, and they just divided it in half and put some things on
yeah,
one side and not the other. Bedroom here again, getting a good sense of how how long the room is, that you can put a
right. How
sitting
deep is it?
area. Huh?
Yeah, and I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a. The question is it really that big, or did they just shrink down the? Did they shrink down the sitting area? I don't
Right.
know.
I know the sitting area looks a little disproportionate, but I guess
Yeah,
I think they're trying to just, and then the fire, the fire. Be
right.
careful! Don't let that get out of control. But yeah, no, but it's good. It gives you it gives you a sense of what can be done
Right.
with a room. Some people have a difficult time imagining where the bed's going to actually go. Is it going to go underneath the windows? Is it going to go this wall? Where's it going to go,
Right.
and how's it going to flow? So, all right, another before and after here.
This one just
Of
shows you how long it is, right? I mean, because you got
yeah,
how many chairs? look at, I got 6 people sitting at the black table. I
Mm-hmm.
got 3 chairs pulled up. Now on this one, I think I've seen the photo where it shows it kind of out the other window, and you can kind of see those 3 chairs. They did it. Those 3 black chairs there.
Yeah.
I think one of them's a little off, and so it's kind of neat to like see the angle and still kind of show it off to kind of give it the real feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Another shot of another virtual. I mean, some of these virtual. I mean, it looks very, very realistic.
Yeah,
You know, when
I
you
like
look
the
at this.
prints. So, when I was talking about Decor Divas in my stager, putting the stuff up on the walls kind of filled that space,
Hmm.
and kind of tying it in. See the purple carpet to the purple print. It's
Yeah.
good staging, I think. And then a couple little purple throw pillows on those 2 white chairs over there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to run through. We're not going to get to all these photos. So everybody gets kind of the idea. Virtual staging. It really does give a whole different feel to the photo. And it works. I mean, people are going to grab when you see an empty room like this, or you see this online, or people go to Zillow and that sort of thing. But if you saw one that's furnished and furnished with high end things, well, people, I think, would kind of. I mean, I do. I gravitate to that. I look at
Right.
that. It's interesting. There's texture. There's stuff happening. We see this in restaurants, right? Themed restaurants where there's all kinds of stuff on the walls and things like that. You
Yeah.
get stimulation through that. Where a blank canvas, there's really not much stimulation from that. So
I would be tempted to stage like Godzilla in that last photo, or somebody
in the
a
window looking
cityscape.
through,
Like, well, like not like yellow.
King
well, not, I mean,
Kong.
like
You can have King
in
Kong.
the background, there, like stomping, like destroying the city.
All right, we just took a wrong turn there, but bear with us. All right, we're almost out of time anyway. But this, again, I think the moral of the story here is that staging works. I mean,
Well, let's hear from the people. I mean, it looks really good, right? Everybody. I mean, the vacant house versus houses with furniture in it. It would cost me maybe $300 to virtually stage a house, like with 15 photos, right?
right?
Not counting the photo cost, which is a little higher too. So,
Yeah.
but I would do this for part of my package. If you have a vacant house, I'd do the virtual staging for you.
Yeah, or even if you have, some people have very little furniture, and so when you take pictures, maybe adding some pieces of furniture and things like that to a room, this could be very, very effective. So, point being, talk to your agent, or hire an agent, hire Stefan, especially if you're here in Phoenix, and he'll bring his team out to your home and give you some ideas on how we can make it that much more attractive to the public. So remember, we look at or he does anyway. He looks at properties for a living, so he knows what's in, what's not in. We get in our own little world, and we kind of get immune to what may be out there. So having somebody like Stefan and his team out there can really, really help big time.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for the shout out. He's telling the truth, everybody.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. When you're looking at properties every single day, you know what works, what doesn't work. And you see the reaction of your buyers on certain properties where you
That's the
don't
key
see the
part, yeah.
reaction on the others. So you know what doesn't work as well. So,
I'll end with this. I know I'll end with this part. Whenever I flip a house or whenever I do something with an investor, I always ask myself, will this make or break a sale? Like if I fix this or if I don't fix this, will this make or break a sale? That's the question I ask. So that's the question you should ask. And I know the answer because of my experience with the other agent or buyers, really. Like they don't like it. And my question is, can I fix it for them so they will buy it? But
right. All right, cool. Well, we'll end with that. So reach out to us if you're looking to buy, sell, or refinance or invest in property. We want to be your team of choice, so please reach out to us. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. Again, if you're a first-time watcher, thank you very much for spending time with us. And hopefully we entertained you a little bit and gave you some valuable information that you can use. So with that, everyone have a great day. Tomorrow's Reflection Friday, Feature Friday. I think Stefan has a listing we're going to
house
feature.
with a pool.
House
We
with a
got
pool.
4 listings this week. So I got 4 listings in the last 10 days. But this one's going to be a house with a pool, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, under 200K.
Beautiful. All right, good. So stay tuned for that. Be sure, if you want to watch us live, head over to our Facebook page or the YouTube channel. While you're there, like it, give us a thumbs up. Until next time, everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.